100% evidence-based. So there's no guesswork. So if we say go and eat no less than 50 grams of protein a day, and it will reduce your diabetes, we have seen it already in black and white. At least when we had the presentation on protein and carbohydrate, one of our clients jumped in to say that, yes, he was in the habit of eating mostly vegetables, but he did not have enough.
Believe that.
The previous year. This project, it could reach 260.6 trillion naira by year end, especially if the government borrows an additional 9.3 trillion naira to cover gaps. So, while the government out fiscal discipline and reduced reliance on domestic borrowing, external loans and rising debt levels remain part of the broader economic strategy. This strategy reflects Nigeria's push to stimulate growth while managing fiscal sustainability. The president's remarks also.
Okay, good evening, all, and thank you so much for joining today's wellness lecture. As you know me well, my name is Dr. Susan. I think my light is not allowing me to see me, so let's do this. Okay, that's me. Let me move things around. My name is Dr. Susan, and just like yourself, we share one thing in common, which is that we love health, we love preventive medicine. And as I always say, one of the things that we all know on this platform for sure is that we know that the body has that innate ability to heal itself. And we want to make sure that we don't lose that ability of the body to heal itself. On this platform, for those of you joining for the first time, we are a sickness-free community. We don't believe in doing nothing and waiting for sickness so that we run to the hospital and then take drugs and stay hospitalized and then maybe end up on wheelchair. We don't believe in that. We are a community where we try to do our part to contribute to healthcare. So, as I say and say it every day, we are not saying that there's no room for hospitals, medical doctors, or even medications. No, many people on this platform are already on medications. We are just saying, what can we do on our own to ensure that we stay healthy? What can we do on our own so to ensure that we contribute positively to a better health outcome? And one of the things we also say on this platform, for those of you joining for the first time, is that uh, we believe in longevity, but our kind of longevity is such that we know that when God says you will exit. It's better you even sleep and find yourself the other side. But
Mm-hmm.
while we are on earth, we don't want to be a burden to ourselves. We don't want to be a burden to our family. We just don't want to, we want to live a very healthy and fulfilling life and be able to max out what God put us on this earth to do. So that is the community as a whole, for those of you just joining us. Um, Another thing I want you to know about this group is that we come out every single Wednesday. And I really thank you and commend your effort. You could have been watching news, sleeping, doing whatever. And for the fact that you would make out the time to come and listen to this program on health, on preventive medicine, on your very lifestyle as medicine. This is what the program is all about. How can your very lifestyle heal you? The way you're sitting, are you sitting to destroy your back so that maybe when you're older, you're not enjoying your posture and your walk? You're sleeping. We talk about the things that go in your mouth. We talk about everything. And I'm saying all of this because today's topic is not, it's really funny, but it's like digital detox. So somebody was saying, Dr. Susan, you said your own, everything heals. Water is medicine, food as medicine. This. Now, what do you have to do with a digital world now? I said, no, it's all about lifestyle. In this community, we are saying that there's a certain way that we are going to live to beat the system. Because I remember that 10 years ago, when I first tried to move into Nigeria slowly, the average life expectancy of a Nigerian was still about 50 something now. 10 years after, it's still 50 something. So, what is the meaning of that? Yet you hear, oh, they have opened a big hospital, they have done this. What is going on? So, that is why this community, as we are like this, that is why you have to invite everybody you know and love. We, on our own, we are going to change the world one person at a time. I believe that our contribution to healthcare may be like a drop in the ocean, but let it be the drop in the ocean that would be missed if it wasn't there. So, thank you so much for coming out today. And today's lecture is on digital detox. This digital thing is finishing us, and I don't know, maybe this is the best place for me to start, but I will start there for you early birds, because I know that somewhere around 9:30 or 8 or to 9, some people are like, oh my God, Dr. Susan's program, and they come and jump in. So we are going to talk about digital detox today. Digital detox. Digital detox as medicine, really, because for Dr. Susan, everything is medicine. So digital detox as medicine, because I'm going to prove to you today that if you do, we've been talking about water detox, colonic detox, and all forms of detoxification. But what about digital detox? What about mind detox, stuff like that. We're going to talk about. So in the long run, you're going to be a very educated person on how to live your lifestyle so that your very lifestyle, the way you live, actually heals you. And I'll be the happiest person in the world. Um, I shared it before that if I'm to go into any kind of NGO work, in a very big way, even though this is somewhat of an NGO. Um, when I say NGO, like charity type of work, I would love to, participate in a community where we celebrate people that are 100 years, centurions, people that are 100 years and still going for skydiving, etc. I know it's a tall order, but it's just a secret passion there to see people live long and fulfilled and happy. So that is where we are. So today we are on digital detox. And before I get too far, I want to share something that I found with you, and you're going to be shocked. Well, maybe not. Some of you already know it, but I'm sure somebody will be surprised as much as I was surprised. All right, let me go there. Hang on. Uh-huh. So here it is. Sorry, I'm going to very soon turn on the lecture proper. So bear with me, okay? Okay. So are you ready? You need to know something. All right, so this is part of my introduction. Um, the communication that we sent out for you to come out says that the world of this our phone world, let me just use normal language so that children that are also listening can understand this phone and computer super engagement world. While it was produced for productivity, it is now beginning to hurt us. It is now beginning to shorten our lives. And what I want to ask now is that you need to know that it's deliberate. Is very, very deliberate. What do I mean by deliberate? It means that the fact that you cannot just put your phone down. Like this evening, I quickly took an evening walk before I'll come shower and get ready for this lecture. Guess what? I left my phone, but it was a deliberate and conscious effort to leave the phone because I wanted to clear my mind and maybe say some prayers while I am taking a little evening walk. It wasn't a long one, but just to clear the head and so on and so forth. Um, so, in doing my homework, this is what I find out, and I want you to know this, okay? Now, I'm going to read. So, please, sorry, I don't like reading, I like talking, but I'll have to read this one. Okay. It says this: people's inability to disconnect from their phones is a complex issue rooted in psychological, one, neurological, behavioral mechanism, which heavily exploited by deliberate strategy used by tech companies. Let me repeat that. People's inability. So if you found out that you're addicted to your phone and you just don't know how to put it down, I want you to know that you're not the one doing it. There's a lot of things happening in your body that is doing this for you. They say it's a complex issue rooted in psychological, neurological, behavioral mechanism heavily exploited by tech companies. Here's the breakdown, okay? Number one, dopamine loop. I talked also on this platform about dopamine. Dopamine is the feel good hormone, the happy hormone. Okay, you remember I said if you look at happy things, you see okay, there's something called the dopamine loop. Okay, so every time you receive a notification, something happens in your brain and you secrete some dopamine. So this company understand that when somebody receives something, whether it's a message or whatever, so they make you have things like notification. So you will not be able to turn off your notification. And then because of that, every time something comes in, there's a little rush of dopamine, feel good. It's like a neurotransmitter called feel good hormone, dopamine. And our people in the tech world, they are very, very aware of this, and they have exploited that mechanism to keep you engaged, to ensure that you don't move from that place. Okay, so that is one. And they say that when this dopamine rush happens, it gives your body a feeling like you just won the lottery. So you know that something has entered, and before you know it, you're stuck. There's another mechanism that the tech industry is using called fear of missing out. So there's a way they deliberately design the back end so that you always feel like you're missing out, or you feel like something exciting is coming. If I don't go, I'll be missed. You won't even know when you've already forgotten your life that you're supposed to live, and you're always rushing to the phone. Like if your phone is missing or not with you, so they are exploiting that. Okay. Another thing that they are exploiting is called intermittent reinforcement. In between, they will just throw something at you. It's called intermittent reinforcement. Okay. So it's like when you don't get a message or something interesting, your brain will naturally keep checking. You see that you're sitting here like this, and you're not even with your phone in your hand. Your brain will start checking your phone, and you will not even know when you have carried the phone and you're now permanently engaged in front of the phone. Okay? All right. So it says this mirrors the same psychological principle used in gambling. So gambling is they hire PhDs and scientists to bring that gambling stuff so that it becomes an addiction. So they have also used that type of technique to keep you glued to the phone. Why am I sharing this? Is to know that it's not your fault. So once you know that it's not your fault and somebody's controlling this from the back end, then it will help you to better keep it down and know that, you know what, I will not be controlled. There's another one called neurological hijacking that they're using. So what is neurological hijacking? Over time, this constant use of phone will totally rewire your brain. This is the one I said I must share with you. It will totally rewire your brain to crave quick hits of stimulation, reducing your tolerance for boredom and reducing your tolerance for deep focus. You cannot focus on anything for a very long time. You have short focus. Long term, it totally rewires your brain for this one. Okay. So it says your prefrontal cortex actually is gradually overridden by your limbic system. So this is all scientific, okay? So I had to go there. Now, another thing on this thing is there's something called technology company design apps and phone to keep you hooked using behavioral psychology principle. They studied this thing and they have gotten you. Number one, infinite scroll and autoplay. So there's something on your phone called autoplay. Automatically, you're just scrolling down your Instagram, autoplay, autoplay, autoplay. Okay, it's there. So no natural stopping point. It just keeps playing. There's something called push notification. There's something called social validation feedback. There's something called gamification. There's something called personalization algorithm. There's something called delayed gratification hijack. Why am I mentioning this? I'm done with this topic. I just want to go there to let you know that from their end, from the tech world end, it is also very deliberate on their end to keep you hooked on the phone. It's very, very deliberate. You may not know this, but from their end, it is very deliberate to keep you hooked. So that is from the tech end. Now, how is that affecting our health and what concern us? Fine, the tech people are doing their thing. What is our concern? That is why we are here today. So now I'm going to quickly go open the lecture and then we will now take it from there. Okay. Don't worry, I'm going to share the screen in less than a minute. Okay, oops. Okie dokie. All right, thank you so much for bearing with me. Hold on, I had it open and I closed it in error because I opened the other document that I had. So 1 second. All righty. Okay, so this is a digital detox. So I'm going to share my screen now. and we will take it from there. Juliana Woko just joined us. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Alrighty. So for those of you just joining us, we are on tech, sorry, not tech, we are on digital detox. And I want us to take control of our lives back, because if we take control of our lives back, we will take control of our health, because this tech and digital addiction is costing us a lot more than we are aware. One of the things that this lecture is solving for all of us is awareness. Oh my God, hang on. Is, oh boy, hold on. You are sharing your screen. Yes, I am. I don't know why that's happening. Please give me a second. It keeps pushing out my lecture. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's doing that. Please bear with me. Okay, so now I'm coming back to share, and I hope it will not do what it did. Share screen. Okay. 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 Perfect. All righty. So we are here. Okay. So well, the purpose of this lecture is for us to, as I said before, it's for us to learn some lifestyle modification that will help us add more health to our years, okay, and add more happiness to our years. And there are secret things in the background. Like last week, we learned about why do we even need to detox? That's small, small things that we may not have been aware of that is taking our health away from us. And this is one of them. So it says on average, we check our phones 344 times a day. On average, this is not the overdoers. 344 times a day, which is an increase from 31% since 2021. So it means we were already checking our phones so much, but since 2021, it has, or it's gone up some more. So 344. So what if you deliberately tell yourself, I will, who is even tracking? Who is tracking? Definitely, even I wasn't tracking, but at least I have a technique that helps me to detox. So the objective of the lecture actually is to educate participants on health risk of excessive digital device use, health risk of excessive digital device use, and the benefit of taking intentional breaks. So this session aims to provide evidence-based strategies for practicing digital detox to improve number one, sleep, because you will know now that it is taking your sleep. Mental health is on the rise, but people are not realizing that when did mental health start going up? It's only on the rise when all these phone issues. There's another study that I read that showed with increase in phone usage, mental health is on the rise, because by the time, like there's a girl in my house. I was telling her, just playing around with her. Tell me, what have you heard of digital detox? She's like, no, she has only heard of detox, but not digital detox. I said, okay, let's talk about it. And she said, that this thing you're talking is true. That there's a way she will use her phone, use. She has to just throw it away and say, like, leave me alone. I said, like one comedian, people will say, no be juju be that. Is it not a headache? I mean, a mental problem. She would have to like literally throw away the phone, like, like, I'm tired. And then she confessed to me that sometimes she'll have clothes to wash. She'll say when she finish one video, before she'll finish one video, another one will enter. She'll say when she finish this, and the day she says she'll watch it tomorrow. So you can see even productivity is going down. So this session will give you evidence base, and then the scientific backing so that you can go and deliberately digitally detox, okay, to save your life. Okay. So in today's world, technology has become deeply woven into our daily lives, okay, from smartphone to laptop to digital devices everywhere. Okay. So while it was supposed to bring convenience, knowledge, connectivity, it is now affecting our health and well-being. So this session is aimed to explore, we are aiming to explore the concept of digital detox. What does it mean? Why is it necessary? What is the evidence base that overuse is damaging our health? Because there's too much sickness in the world and we don't even know where it's coming from. You will now think, oh, it's all about drinking water, not knowing that just getting glued to your phone forever is still contributing. So we'll talk about that. Okay, so here we go. What is digital detox in the first place? Digital detox, just as the name implies, is for us here, is a planned temporary reset of your relationship with the screen and social media platform, reducing non-essential use. Someone is like, what's the difference between essential and non-essential? You'll be shocked. Most of the use, and I read it somewhere, that 70% of the use are all non-essential. 70%. 70% of usage are non-essential. Um, removing always on triggers and rebuilding healthier habits such as sleeping, movement, focus, and real world connection. I had a picture that I wanted to add to the slide, but I didn't get a chance to. But I'll just tell you what the picture says. A family went out to go and eat, and somebody from another table took a picture of the family. Everybody was glued to a phone, and the food was there. They'll put one person's hand is there, one eye on the phone. Every single person on that table was glued to a phone. So why did they go out to go and eat? So why digital detox is necessary? Here we go. Number one, the mental health impact. I had to quote places like CDC, the US Surgeon General. Okay, number one, these are reputable data that shows that risk of depression, anxiety, and body dissatisfaction has gone up. That is according to a document from the US Surgeon General. CDC, Center for Disease Control, in 2024, I read of a document that says high daily screen time doubles your risk of depression and anxiety in youth, especially. It doubles your risk of depression and anxiety. Okay, all right. From the WHO, it says problematic use of phone rose from 7% to 11%. So that is what they say there. Number two, screen light suppresses melatonin. A lot of people on this platform that are either not sleeping well, they're suffering from insomnia, etc. Did you know that screen light actually works in the opposite direction of the melatonin? So there's this hormone called melatonin that God has put so that it comes out, and when it comes out, you can sleep. And then while you're sleeping, your body is detoxified, all the cells are repaired, your brain, the neurons and everything are rearranged and everything. If you don't have adequate melatonin and you sleep deeply, you cannot truly refresh to bounce back. And if you keep doing that long term, sickness will enter. So, what am I saying? Phone, this phone light actually suppresses melatonin. So, I think I did a digital detox lecture sometime in the past, and I asked that people should please leave their phone in another room and come to another room to sleep, or leave your phone in the parlor and come upstairs to sleep, or get a Nokia touch. Like me in my house, I have this traditional alarm clock because people say, "Oh, I'm using it for an alarm clock." And please, can you? Sorry, I need a big favor from you. Please, can you hold on just one quick second? Thank you. Oh, I even muted. Please, oops, hang on. Please kindly forgive me. Oh my goodness, hold on. Alrighty. Um, okay. This is a task again. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Uh-oh, hang on. Okay. Sorry, I locked myself out when I went to open the door. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. I promise you, by God's grace, it will be worth the wait. I'm in the middle of sharing that screen again. Start the broadcast. I think I should be sharing the screen right here. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so the truth is that why are we even doing this lecture? Is that we don't want something to be secretly as a companion, something that is on your bed, something that is in your eye. The thing is scattering your health and you're not even aware. So today you will be aware, and even if you still want to keep it as, use it anyhow, no problem, but at least you'll be aware. All right. Now, so there's a science that proves that the screen light suppresses your melatonin. Okay, Center for Disease Control says that late night device use is equal to poor sleep and even poor academic decline. This was done on children. Okay, so now how does it concern us? Poor sleep leads to fatigue, because remember, if you don't rest properly, your cells will not get renewed and energized, because remember we say cells make tissue, tissue organ the whole person. So if you have dull and tired cells, definitely the whole system will be dull and tired. So poor sleep will lead to fatigue, lowered immunity, so your immune system will be suppressed, and then you now end up with chronic disease just from phone. Number two, if you notice something now, when you're using your phone, you're mostly sitting down. So at least if you're not using your phone, you may want to stand up and do one or two things. But when you're using your phone, you're sitting down. So it shows here that when a sedentary behavior such as that leads to obesity, strokes, and heart attack is actually impacted by phone use. So I want to give you what I do. So in the morning, we have morning lecture, Zoom meetings, all kinds of meeting every morning, since we are like Abuja, Lagos, and everywhere. So I made up my mind that every time that I'm on the morning or any lengthy Zoom or anything like that, I'll be walking. I don't sit down, and I want you to copy. I don't sit down for long phone calls again. So if I don't sit down for long phone calls, so this is deliberate because I now know that this phone is designed to, in the past, when you go and meet your father, your mother, or anybody, you sit down to talk. So by DNA, your body is already wired that you're talking. So talk what? It means sit down to talk. But the phone is so convenient that you may be talking for 3 hours sitting down. Do you know what you have done to your body? So I want to ask everybody, every time you have a long conversation, stand up and walk. First of all, that conversation will be short. So that way you can go and do other things and help us to transform this earth. That is number one. Number two, you would have gotten some cardiovascular exercise inside. Me, I'm doing a lecture, it's going to be very tough. But if I was more on the listening side, sometimes I would stand up and walk a bit. Number two, screen time displaces physical and social activity, just like I said. So if you wanted to go out, you would automatically, when you're holding that phone in your hand, you'll be indoor from morning till night. You will not come out. You'll be even proud to say, do you know that since morning and night I've not stepped out? Who are you deceiving? You've not stepped out, but really, were you productive, or you were a victim of the tech world that ensures that 70% of your screen usage time is equivalent to useless time? 70% on average. Please, for those of you that are using the phone for maybe business, going to school, etc., please, I'm not talking to you all. I'm talking to the average person that may not understand what this phone is doing to the person. So the phone, according to one data that I did, distracted driving. So if you see like a lot of accidents on the road, it because they were on the phone. Okay. CDC also shows that 3,000. One second, please. Every year is from accidents that came because of accidents that came because of people. I'm so sorry. A call blew up my lecture. So accidents that came because people were actually distracted on their phone. So see it here, 303,275 dead in a year, 1 year from distraction from phone was caused death, and that's not good. So you can see that phone, apart from the digital detox thing that we are talking, is costing life already. Okay, so what are some signs that you may need a phone detox? Some of you like, okay, Dr. Susan, all these things that you're talking, how do I know if I need a phone detox? This is it. Number one, if you are feeling any of the following, you need a phone detox. Don't worry, there's a solution page coming. You feel the need to check your phone continually. That is, you can't concentrate unless you check your phone. People take phone to church. In fact, they'd rather read their Bible, or I don't know whether they do it on the Quran also. They rather read it from the phone. And while you're doing, a pop-up will come. You just quickly click on it. Okay. So people feel the need to check their phone constantly. If you feel like I must check my phone constantly, they've already taken your soul safe. I'm so sorry. Because I started this lecture by reading the deliberate back end of the tech company exploiting dopamine secretions, exploiting the autoplay, exploiting all manners of techniques to make sure that you're glued. I started there. So for those of you who did not come to the lecture that time, that is where we started this lecture. So why won't you suffer from the addiction? Number two, You feel like you're missing out on something if you're not checking your phone for notification or social posts. Something has already happened to your brain. Remember, I showed you the part where the tech company is using a certain strategy to rewire your brain. So your brain, for this human being, for this second person, your brain is already rewired. Okay? Number three, after spending time on social media, you feel angry or anxious. So there's some people that they cannot come out of social media, but when they come out of that place, they feel angry, anxious, depressed. Their mood is altered. It means that you need a phone, you need a detox. Now, if you can't find your phone and it triggers anxiety, they've already taken you. Your device disrupts your sleep. Ah, some people actually go to bed with their phone on the bed, not minding, because we're going to go to talk about the things that pharmacists keep calling me. I don't know, it's unusual. Please forgive us. Hold on. Okay. So that is that. I hope you can hear me. All right. You need a detox if you begin comparing yourself to others on social media. If you begin to compare yourself on others on social media, you need a detox. You'd rather interact with individual virtually than in person. You need a detox. So this phone has gotten to an extent that you don't even want to see your family member again. You don't want to see your friend. That is why all my friends that I have in this whole world, they're like, oh, Dr. Susan, let's do video call. Never. You will not catch me. Let anybody on this call tell me that they are used to doing video calls. You will not see me on video call. Because why? Once you've gotten, I'll just tell you that once you see me on video call, it means you never want to see my face again. So be hearing this voice so that you want to hear my voice. The only person I do video calls with, if I travel and I must, is just the kids because they don't know better. But any grown adult, Dr. Susan, please let's do video call. Except you're showing me your wound or your broken arm, all that gisting with video call for me is to fear. I'm not doing it. So that doesn't mean you should, do exactly as I do, but it's just that I'm very conscious of the fact that it is disrupting social social interaction, which is the highest predictor of longevity. Is this social and physical interaction is the highest predictor. If they say it's even higher than chewing broccoli every day. Okay, now your device is causing you work-life balance. One of our staff, she was going to school, she's learning another language, she's doing this, all of a sudden, I was asking, what lecture topic do you people recommend? Stress due to work. I just realized that her workload has even recently decreased, but she didn't realize that her screen time has maxed her body out, that she's not even having time to do work. So if it's causing you work-life balance, you need a detox. All right. So that being said, benefit of digital detox, number one, improve sleep quality. Your sleep quality will be better. Your mental health will be better. All this mental health is a reigning thing now. It is 50% because of phone. I may be exaggerating, but how would you don't even have time to meditate. You don't have time to breathe. You don't have time to eat healthy. You don't have time to drink water. You're glue. Why won't your brain be? Then you watch the video. Then you go to Tonto DK. Then you go to our president Tinubu. Then you now go and watch this one. You go to that president in Burkina Faso. You join this one. You now come and watch something healthy. You go to music. Your brain is like this. Then why won't mental health issue be on the rise? And guess what? Is after that you still have addiction that you have not seen enough. Sometimes you're bored while you're seeing things. Ah, sorry to disappoint everybody on the platform. I don't have a TikTok account. I I will have it eventually. If my team see that I need it, they will open it and post things. But I'm not going to do that TikTok because I have seen TikTok actually make a woman start taking antidepressant medication. So I don't, it's me. I don't want it yet, but definitely I cannot escape having TikTok account, etc. But this is to just show you that I am very, very deliberate in consumption, very deliberate because that TikTok, it was they brought PhDs and scientists and physicists sit down. What do we need to do so that no matter what, okay, you know what, attention span is 60 seconds. Let's make it 1 minute video. Sorry, I just have to tell you so that I'm not saying that after today you will not touch phone, but at least you'll be conscious. So another benefit of digital detox is enhanced focus, healthier physical well-being, stronger relationship with your children, with your wife, with your family, with your mentees, with your mentors, with your pastor, with your imam, with whatever, okay? This is the biggest one for me. Increase self-awareness. Increase self-awareness. So mental detox will help you because if you sit down on your own, you put away the phone and you do some deep breathing, you close your eyes. You just deliberately just drop the phone. You close your eyes and you do deep breathing. In, out, in, out, in, out. By the time you do like 10, you would have reset your brain, your mind, your sleep, your BP. Those of you that come to Dr. Physique, you see it now. When you do your BP, we'll do breathing exercise, we'll repeat it. You see it to always come down. Always come down. But if you're glued to the phone, when are you going to do that kind of self-awareness, even to remember that you're breathing? So promote mindful and intentional use of technology, okay? Greater balance. So it will create space for hobbies, exercise, restorative, offline activities. Okay, red flag. When to seek professional help? Well, I've already mentioned a couple of things about when you need a detox, but you can try to do the detox on your own, but there's some people that you need to see the doctor about it because you may need a treatment. Number one, anxiety or depression worsens due to online activities. So I hope the client is not on the line, but if she's on the line, then no problem. So every time she would just call me. Ah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. But I just saw something on TV. I just watched this. I just saw this, and I now noticed there was a repeated pattern of I just watched something. I just watched something, and now realize that there's a problem. And then later, I told you that I saw somebody take antidepressant. Then on top of all of that, it's as if what she was consuming was not enough. She now opened a TikTok account. She almost died. So in the long run, we had to put her Actually, you'll be surprised. I know that we are all naturalists, but it gets to a point where, you know what, like I said, if you come with hypertensive emergency or urgency to our clinic, you will see a cardiologist first. They will stabilize you with meds. Then after that, we will now bring you back naturally. But obviously, if you're just having a normal high BP, we will treat you naturally. But if it's a medical emergency, the doctors will touch you. So she created a medical emergency for herself. She couldn't sleep anymore. She couldn't eat well. She was just destroyed. Sleep consistently less than 7 hours from scrolling. Which kind 7? Who is sleeping 4 hours because of scrolling? So you should see a doctor. Withdrawing from offline interactions. So there are some people now that have gotten to the extent that if you just ask yourself, a lot of things that you would have just spent 5 minutes, 1 hour to do, you're like, you know what, I'll do it online. I'll do it online. Before you know it, you're withdrawing, you're not getting the sunlight, you're not getting that uh, social interaction, hugs, and all of that is a problem. Then exposure to harmful content. There are some people that are addicted to the phone and they're mostly consuming harmful content. Harmful content could be either fighting, um, bad movies like the one you're thinking about, etc. I mean that you know what I'm saying, like stuff that is if you're so addicted to something that if somebody walks into the room you're not proud of and you keep going to that place in secret consistently and you cannot come out of it, you may need to see a doctor. So to conclude, so the impact of internet addiction on your health, in summary, includes depression, depression, anxiety, aggression. Why aggression? Why? Because when you're consuming phone, you've maxed out your available you've maxed out. That's what I how I want to put it. You're all maxed out. So you're now on the edge. So you can now become a little bit more aggressive. Okay. Um, it increases blood pressure, high blood pressure, okay? Social isolation. I just talked about the fact that if you notice that everything, we'll do online, we'll talk online, and you're not seeing your family and your friends because of online, then it's increasing social isolation. Insomnia. I've talked about sleep. Let me tell you, if you ever want to live long, there's one man on the internet now, I heard, that is paid, I think, how many million a year to live to be 100 and 200 years old. So the person is sharing everything online. And someone asked him that of everything that you know, that you're certain is going to take you to that 200 years old person that you want to be in good health, what is the number one? Do you believe that the person said sleep? Yet, the phone deprives us of sleep. Please, as a homework today, don't sleep with the phone on your bed. Find a new charging point. Someone say, oh, the only charging point is by my bedside. Get an emergency phone. Buy a landline. Buy a Nokia touchlight. Buy a natural alarm clock. Buy get a natural alarm clock. When I say natural, you know those olden days one that you set it. It must not be your phone because when I used to use my phone as an alarm, when I go to carry my phone, automatically I'll see a message. I say, oh, let me just quickly reply this message. That's the end though. Before I know it, it's time for morning management meeting from replying one message. Insomnia, weight gain, shortened lifespan, headaches, body ache, vision problem. Oh, I did not share that data, but we are losing our sight. If you notice that the generation, almost everybody's wearing glasses now. And before, you can wear glasses when you're older because of something called macular degeneration, which comes with age. But now, if you notice, once you're in your 20s, usually old people used to wear glasses in those days. Now, once you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, astigmatism, everything is wrong now. And the phone screen and the computer and the blue light is a heavy contributor. So you can see why you must deliberately reduce your consumption. Spondylosis, people are developing back pain because of, when I say phone, I'm talking phone, computer, screen life, okay? Dishonesty. People are lying a lot because of phone. You like sometimes you will call somebody, they'll put there's this app that says love or something. You'll be seeing one very beautiful young girl like this. Meanwhile, you're talking to somebody that's older than your grandmother. Or you see one bobo with muscle, not knowing that you're talking to. In fact, you might, it's, there's a lot of dishonesty and deception. And that is why the article I read that says that 70% of phone use is mostly useless. And I also excuse those people that are using it for business, but even in the middle of doing business, you go and click waiting, no consign you. Mood swings, poor eating habits. So I have 2 slides to go. So what is the way forward? So this is the best part of the lecture. What is the way forward? Oh, by the way, the lady that had to take antidepressant because of excessive screen use, to God be the glory, she's no longer on that. She's the only person that I know for a fact right now, she uses her phone from 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. So anything from 9:30 p.m., her phone is out. This is what she tells me. When she wakes up, which I also do the same also, when she wakes up in the morning, the first thing she does, she grabs a pen and paper, and she doesn't, she no matter what, she will not touch the phone. She grabs a pen and paper and she writes down, what is the most important thing that I will do today? She'll make a list. What are the important phone calls I must make today? You know, she writes everything, process it with her head, though, processes it very well. She'll still shower, she'll do everything. 9:30 on the 9:30 a.m. on the dot, she'll pick her phone. Guess what? She'll go straight to the things that she had planned that she's going to do. Compared to just rolling over and grabbing your phone, maybe to off your alarm clock, and then you start, and the day will just be controlled by how it is coming into your phone. So set clear goals, determine the duration and extent of detox. Sometimes you can do a weekend detox. One of our clients, I am so sure that I can share his name. His name is Polycarp, has dropped his phone and disappeared to go and think of the Ember month. What must I complete before the year is out? He's going to write his books. He has 2 books that he promised he must write this year, blah, blah, blah. He dropped the phone. He's gone. But you know, the funniest thing is that somebody he knows and is in ICU and the person cannot even talk. Then again, I was telling myself, even if he's around, will the person talk? So he has dropped his phone deliberately for 1 month. Who on this phone, who on this platform can do that? To maybe move ahead with your business, move ahead with your goals. This is September. November, December will just come like this. You hear Happy New Year, Happy New Year. All your objective because of just phone, you're standing still in one place. Sorry, this message is not for everybody, but for some people. Anyway, so you can do the detox like the lady, she does it 12 hours a day. She said if she cannot do it in 12 hours, 9 a.m. till 9:30. After that, no more phones for her. And she's succeeding. You can do a weekend detox, you can do a month detox as it suits you. Two, you can have designated take-free zones. Designated take-free zones. So, for example, during our last digital detox lecture, we talked about the fact that some people carry phone to the toilet, and you sit there, you'll be pushing, or hemorrhoids will come and everything. So you can say, okay, I will never take phone to the toilet. I will never take phone to the dining table. I will never take phone to my bed. Like that. You can pick it. No bedroom, no dining, no toilet. But if you don't pick it, it will never happen. So you can have designated tech-free zones in your life. Number three, you can schedule a device-free time. Allocate specific time during the day to disconnect. Number four, you can engage in online, offline activities like reading. Nobody's reading again. So if you're, because of phone, the thing will take up your time. This year, to God be the glory. I know that I am on my sixth book. Six. Six books. If I was on the phone scrolling, can I read six books? And the six books is probably because, you know me, I'm always in school. So maybe because I'm not actively. So I like reading, but you have to put the phone down if you must get something tangible and concrete into your head and move this world forward and become the best version of you that God originally intended. Inform others. When you're going on a phone detox, you have to inform others. You can't just disappear, they'll think you've died. So you have to inform others. Like the person I told you has traveled abroad, he has been broadcasting all that from 1st of September to 1st of October, I will not be on my phone. So everybody, we all know. So we know. So you will let your friends know. And then you can use your apps widely. Please, like now, me personally, I'm not saying you should copy my own all, but I'm just teaching my own technique. I don't have notification. When it is time to go and open WhatsApp, I go and open WhatsApp and see. Definitely, I'll have more than 108 to 200. I've never opened my WhatsApp that I did not have at least 200 messages waiting and pending, because this is also this is the only phone I have in my life. The lowest I've seen is maybe 100. And so how will I now leave notification on and am I a telemarketer? I will not be able to do anything in my life. So if you not, you can also turn off your notification and then deliberately go and open. Something will always be there waiting for you. Something will always be waiting for you. Don't allow this phone and the tech world to control you and take your life. So these are some steps to success. Number one, you can start small. Okay. Begin with a few hours a day. Number two, avoid temptation. Remove the apps from your home screen. My home screen is blank. Everything is in a folder. I'll the open the folder, then I'll bring out the one I want to bring out. You must not follow my style, but I'm just telling you some techniques that some people must use to be able to get ahead in life. Plan your tech-free activities such as hiking, cooking. You can cook and meditative cooking. Cook the food to be sweet. Not that the phone is in your ear. It's too scattered. And then stay accountable. Share your goals with somebody who can support you. So that's the end. So I want to thank you so much for listening to the lecture. For those of you who came late, it's unfortunate, but I'll just quickly recap that we started this lecture by letting you know that there is a whole world out there that has ensured that you stay connected and addicted to phone. And if you stay connected to addicted to phone, it will in the long run impact your health, your brains, your neurons, your hormones such as your melatonin, your dopamine, etc. But they have already known how to control you from their own side. So we are saying that we will not be a victim. We are not saying that we will never use phone. We will be using phone, but we will be deliberate in disengaging and re-engaging when we want to. So since this is Dr. Physic um, lecture, um, we know that at the end of every lecture, we must remind us of other things, which is number one, your rest as medicine. Rest, why? You've even seen that excessive phone use, according to Center for Disease Control, contributes to poor sleep, and poor sleep leads to fatigue and cause diseases. So you have to rest. You just have to rest. Because if you don't rest, you will be rested. You'll be rested in the hospital, you'll be rested 6 foot under, but if you don't rest, you'll be rested. We cannot negotiate that one. So please take your rest. E for energy, this is Reown. Pay attention for your environmental energy system, even your emotional energy. Okay, we want you to pay attention to that. Oxygen therapy, deep breathing exercise. Like after we are done with today's lecture, I want to beg everybody, put your phone maybe a few inches away from you. Just close your eyes and take like 10 deep breaths, like in, out, and then tell yourself, I am in charge of my life. I conquer phone addiction. I am deliberate in using the phone. The phone will not use me. I will use the phone. The phone will not control me because it is controlling us. I will control this phone. So you do like 10 deep breaths, and then by God's grace, you will have a new relationship with, when I say phone, I'm talking computer and the digital stuff. Please let us not forget our water as medicine, too important for me. Why? You can eat all you want, rest all you want. If you go to hospital, the first thing they put is the drip, is the hydration. So you need to take your water so that in fact your very existence, for you to even live, this breathing, anything you're doing, if water is not involved, you cannot live long. You can't. So that is why oxygen, water, and nutrition is very important. For nutrition, we say pay important attention to your macro and micros, and eat healthy, shrink your portion, don't overeat at night. Don't overeat at night, because night food is another lecture on its own, because most of this sickness that we are having, night food is also a massive contributor. Exercise, you know why, and do your detox. So for detox, you can do it weekly, daily, monthly. We have oral detox, food detox, colonic hydrotherapy. Now we have digital detox. So in conclusion, this conclusion is very, very important. It says digital detox is not about rejecting technology, no, but it's about reclaiming control. Because some of us, not all, we have lost it. We've lost it to them. There is, in fact, I don't want to use the word soul, but I feel like they're very deliberate to take the soul. Protecting mental and physical health and creating more room for meaningful living. Creating more room for meaningful living. So that is the end of my digital um, digital detox. To God be the glory. I hope that you understood, and I just hope and pray that you will not be just hearers of words. You will also be what they call doers of word. And I want to thank you so much for your time, and God bless you. So I'll take some questions. God bless you. Thank you so much. I just want you to live long and healthy. Please, is the only thing you can do. I know that God is the author of life. I know that God is the owner. God is the owner of the exit date. But I want the highest level of health in your body until the day comes, because the day will come. The day will definitely come. And I wrote this down on my diary somewhere. It says, let me see if I can find it. It says, live your life as though today is your last, for someday you will be right. Live your life as so. Work on the important things. Don't allow phone to take control, so that you will not lose your health. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. So I'll take your questions. Don't run away. They used to ask serious questions on this platform. In fact, last week I had to sit and think about my life. So please, I'll take your questions. Thank you.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, sir.
I want to thank you for this wonderful lecture.
Thank you, sir.
And I know that at least 99% of us on this program are victim of this.
Oh,
The lecture is detox, but on lighter mood, I look at it as a digital witchcraft. If it's, if it's something like that, because it's a witchcraft on its own.
honestly.
Because whatever, and the problem we have on this thing is that a lot of human beings have made it. If you don't listen to this lecture, you don't know what you're going through. Especially if you're in your group, most of this group something.
Yes, sir.
If you don't comment something, there's a way to ginger you to comment. They even said some of the silent people in this group were matching them. All sorts of things to make you to say something.
Yes.
And some other group will say something, say, if you don't share this, and you force to move there. And then some other group will say that if you share this, no, a lot of things a human being have used to enslave other people in this system. It is
Honestly.
actually difficult. But this lecture is like a lecture telling adults not to eat the yellow yolk of the egg. Let them
Okay.
eat only the yolk.
The white one. Yes.
It's like telling them adult when the white one is their best aspect.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow yolk should be for children. But telling our adult that this yolk, this white is difficult to control it. You take it. And it's actually a serious problem both for our children, both for kids, and we have the mistake of getting phone and say play with it. They don't play with it. They do a lot of things. I thank you so much, because this, like, I'm a victim of it too. Although I try my best on my own, but I have to learn more. I try as much as possible not to put my phone beside my bed. I try as much as possible. In fact, one important thing people should understand here is putting your phone on when you are bathing or going to the toilet. People have died because of it, rushing to go and answer call. When I go to bath, I put my phone in silent or off until when I come back before I come to take it again. Because many people have died unconsciously by rushing to answer a call from the toilet, from the bath, and fall down. Please, this lecture, I hope is going to be on video for us to spread it to our friends.
It will be on video. So thank you so much for that high level of appreciation. While you were talking, we have to help our children. Did you know that Steve Jobs, the inventor of the iPhone, I believe it says until he died, he never allowed his children to hold the phone.
Yes,
Why?
I read it. I read it. I read it.
Huh?
I read it. I read it.
Yes, he never
I read it.
allowed his children to hold the phone because he knows that his children will miss road. And then we think we are doing our children a favor. They are not even of age. You will derail them and all of that. So we need to be cautious, because why? Is because if it's us that is doing it on our own, fine. But we have used this lecture to know that there's another back end, there's another technology company,
Yes,
PhD,
one
that
important
is
thing you
sitting
said about
down.
it is this a psychological something in somebody. all this hormone in somebody, which they have exploited very well
Yes.
to
Yes,
make
sir.
us to keep ourselves on it.
Yes.
I think like for health reason, those of us who are opportunity to get lecture is to make deliberate efforts to stop this thing from ourselves. You will not die. Which kind of call are they calling you? If not
I
calling
don't
you
know.
for come to Central Bank and collect money, collect 1 billion. Why?
Thank
What they
you.
call it? You
All
know,
right. Thank you
you know.
so much, sir.
Thank
God
you so
bless you for your
much.
contribution. Thank you. All right. Um, somebody put on the chat room that some people are chatting and doing all kinds of things, even while driving. Yes, they are. And that is why the CDC document says that 3,275 deaths per year was attributed to phone usage while driving. That's a lot. So that is almost more than 3,000 people that died because they were driving and chatting and all of that. So it's not only about the psychological, but it was also about the physical and all of that. So that is that. Thank you so much. So can I have just one more contribution or two questions so that we can wrap it up? Sorry, are you there? Why are you saying well? Hold on. Uh-oh.
Yes, we are.
Okay, sorry. I was reading the questions and everything. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So somebody asked, can an underage person do this detox? Yes, it's especially for the underage. They are supposed to do the detox. Here's the take home, since there's no other question or contribution. Here's the take home for me. I want you to know that while we spent almost an hour with Dr. Susan this evening is one thing. We know that we want to do whatever things we know we can possibly do as our own contribution to make sure that we are not losing our health. That is one. Two, we may not have known the extent of damage of excessive phone use. We just think that you're holding a phone and not knowing that even the radiation, the WHO website that I read, because when I'm sharing information, because I'm sharing to hundreds to thousands of people, I have to be certain of what I am reading. This is what the WHO website says. One group of WHO says that the radiation and everything that comes out of the phone may, that's the word, cause cancer. However, this is WHO. However, there's not enough evidence to show. Then they now said, however, we ask that you use it with caution. It was, I'm a technical writer, so I understand, like when you have like up to 4 master's degree or 5, you will now know how to write very well. I said, what are these people hiding? Why can't you just come out and say? So those radiation that the phone emits, cancer is on the rise. So why am I saying this? We may not have known that this phone that we are holding, talking to our loved ones, may be causing cancer, destroying our brain and rewiring it all the way together, controlling our dopamine secretion, which is that feel good hormone. And then when it's not there, it causes depression. We may not know. It's shortening our lives, causing stroke, anxiety, etc. We may not have been conscious of this. So this lecture is to let you know that, number one, please do those small tricks that we talked about. Maybe you say from 9 p.m. till 9:30, I will work, I will not touch phone. it does not have to be that long, but have your designated time. Don't allow the phone to control you. That is all. Because if the phone has taken over your life, I want to conclude by saying that phone has already taken over your health, but you're not aware yet. So let us be cautious. And I want to thank you for your time, and God bless
Hello?
all of you. Yes, yes, yes.
Hello. I have a testimony. This
Okay.
happened to me. I have two grandsons, 7 and 2. Last year, they live in America. Last year, when I came here, the 7-year-old can recite 2 times table till 12 times table. I came this year, my grandson cannot recite 3 times table anymore.
Okay.
I got so angry. And I'm like, what happened? And the mom is saying, I think he has ADHD.
Okay.
And I studied the situation. And what happened is that there is too much screen time. It's from iPad to television to because all their homework is done through the computer. So it's like most of the time, even when they are at school, they use the computer at school, and they get home, their homework too is on computer. So I just decided, okay, come December, I'm shipping these children to Nigeria where they will have less use of these things, and we are taking away their iPad. They are only doing their homework on the computers, and the mom is taking down the TV in their playroom. So this digital thing is really hurting us, and we do not know. And this child, we're looking at him that there's something wrong with this child. So
Sir.
as we were on this lecture, the mom walked in and I said, I got it. I got it. Is the digital screen that is
Yeah.
affecting him. So we're
Sir.
going to take,
Thank,
we're going to
thank
work on
you.
that.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. I
Thank
so
you.
appreciate you.
No problem. God bless you, ma. Thank you so much. It's so, so true. Stephen Jobs did not give the children the phone. I always wonder why. It's because he creates this phone and he has seen what they do in the back. It's like doctors are afraid of drugs and admission. They don't like taking medicine. They don't take it. They don't like it, even though they take it if they have to.
Mhm.
So that gave me a clue that, you know what,
Hello,
something
Dr.
is there.
Susan.
Yes, dear. Hi.
Good evening, Dr. Susan.
Good
Thank you
evening.
so much for this wonderful lecture. Please, I
Thank
have
you.
a question, a quick one.
Okay.
Yes, please, for those of us that receive a lot of calls in course of our work,
Okay.
what do you think about the earpiece? Because I find it very discomforting to use earpiece. So,
Mm,
but I put my phone on speaker, but in an official environment, you don't place all the calls on speaker. What
okay.
do you advise someone like me? Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so yes, the truth of the matter is that when it comes to health, we don't do things that are convenient or feel good because of what we stand to gain. So I would say first is speaker. If the speaker is not convenient, then you go for a wired earpiece, earphone. Like so they have this one to even just hang it on your name, but it has to have wire because we found out that the wireless is almost as bad as putting the phone directly to your ear. So there's somebody on the internet screaming about it openly, and the person is still there because it's the truth. They cannot attack the person. So I want to plead with you that it's not convenient. It doesn't feel good. My phone too is a heavy user type of phone, but you know what? I put it on speaker. I put it far away from me, or I use a wired earphone. But when you cannot, then you put it to your ear and you use it. But I think you should invest in one of those ear, because you know this earphone on earpiece thingy, you will find one that you fall in love with. It's just that you've not made the right one. You don't want to keep it down. So once you find one of those, you just have to use it for my own sake, please. Sorry, there was not an easier answer, but we have to protect ourselves. So that is the answer that I'll give. Thank you.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sorry, I put up a question. I don't think you've seen it, but
Which
let
one?
me just read it out.
Mhm.
I'm asking if it's possible for us to have this on YouTube or PDF for the purpose of our children, so that
Yes,
they
you.
can listen to it.
Okay. Glory, I know you're on the line. Please make sure that it's available immediately. Thank you so much. It will be available.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, the truth is that in the world that we live in now, we just don't know where it's coming from. Last week we learned how they are when they are painting the wall, they have removed the smell. You know, in the past, when they're painting wall, you use 2 days, let that smell go, that chemical that can now they have masked it, they can be painting this room, you cannot smell anything. So the toxins are increasing on Earth. Then now the digital toxin is also increasing. So we have to be very aware and do the best that we can, and God will do the rest. So I wish you well. I know that you will try your best, but for today, do that homework. When I just hang up, drop the phone, do 10 deep breathing exercise. Just be aware of your breath, that God, you give me this breath, I can breathe. The blessings of an ordinary day, that I can just breathe freely, is something. If you have phone in your hand, you cannot remember that you're breathing. You can't remember. So that is the problem of phone. So I wish you a fantastic night. Sleep well. And by the grace of God, we'll have another fantastic session on Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye. God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much, ma.
Oh,
God
thank
bless you.